Yo, what's up? It's your favorite Samoan Barkeep here. So one of my best bourbon buddies just started his own YouTube channel for bourbon, Bentley's Bourbon, and he did a video called My Whiskey Journey, and he asked others to share theirs as well. So today we'll talk about a little bit about what got me into this expensive hobby. All right, before I jump into my whiskey journey, just wanted to update you a little bit on the channel here. So I got COVID early November. I was out of commission for about a month, and then the holiday season just been hectic and busy, so I haven't been recording any videos. So I haven't quit. COVID hit me pretty hard. I was sick for a while, and then just busy with the holidays. So we're jumping back in for the new year. Happy New Year. Happy 2025. And let's talk about my whiskey journey. So it's not as exciting and sentimental as Bentley's was. Definitely check out his video where he talks about how he met his wife through whiskey and other things like that. So for me, I started doing videos reviewing different canned alcohol beverages, making different cocktails, trying out different things. Started doing reviews of tequila, and then just randomly I decided to do a bourbon hunt video, and so I drove out to Eastern Washington. And I did my first bourbon hunt video. So the bourbon hunt videos were super popular, but initially I found the hunt was what I was really into, was going to the liquor stores, hunting, trying to find the good bottles, the rare bottles, cool bottles. So that was kind of the first foray into whiskey, was just the hunt, finding whiskey, not even rare whiskey, just stuff I hadn't seen before, and then just trying everything out. So I had not been a big whiskey person my whole life. In college, I would turn down most whiskey drinks and try to go with something like Jaeger or tequila or anything except for whiskey. My buddy loves Jack and Cokes. He'd always bring me Jack and Cokes, and I would just be like, can I have something different, please? I hated them. But anyways, fast forward to about 2 or 3 years ago now, when I did my first bourbon hunt video. Had a great time hunting out in Yakima, Washington. Found Eagle Rare for $20. I'm like, wow, that's great. I've never seen that before. And then from there, I was hooked. I started trying different bourbons, trying to develop my palate, figure out what I liked. A few of the other local whiskey people hit me up. We made friends with other people, started just bottle shares and just getting into the whiskey community. I found a lot of online Facebook groups where we could share this hobby. People are super generous, sharing samples, doing sample swaps, things like that. So, it was just an interesting hobby. And then when I started tasting the whiskey, I found, hey, this is actually pretty good if you're not just downing shots of it or getting the bottom shelf Jack Daniel's Old No. 7. So in Washington, we have the brutal hell tax. You've heard me complain about it multiple times now. So when they transitioned from state-ran liquor to, anybody can sell liquor, they started hitting us with the hell tax. Hell tax is 20.5% plus $3.75 per liter. So it's like, you just get killed with this hell tax now. So I've kind of transitioned away from bourbon hunting in the physical sense. Like, I don't hunt in person anymore, but Mostly I have buddies across the country. We kind of coordinate what they're looking for, what I'm looking for, and luckily, this has been super generous, and they've been able to help me find a lot of bottles. So yeah, that's where I'm at now. Now I'm just trying out new whiskeys, just trying to figure out what type of whiskey is the best for me, like what is appealing to my palate. So I went through different phases. I was a rye guy. Oh, I love ryes. And then I was like, well, actually, there's only like 2 or 3 ryes I like, and I don't like the rest. So then I was like, oh, I like barrel proof, these super high proof, and so much flavor. And then now I've been more like, do they really have more flavor, or just you can feel it going down more, so it just feels like it has more flavor. So I've been kind of going back and forth, and so now it's just I don't care about what the proof is. I don't really care about what the mash bill is. I've had 2 bottles with the same mash bill, and I like one and don't like the other. So I know what brands I like, what companies I like, and I usually try to stick around those. And then, of course, I try all the new hyped bottles that come out. So like last year we had the Smoke Eye Hill, everyone said was the GTS killer. We had the what did we have last year? We had the Michter's Toasted Barrel Bourbon that finally made its way to Washington for the first time in quite a while, so everyone was raving about that. So yeah, I've been trying new things and developing my palate, and then continuing to stockpile samples like it's the end of the world. So I started 2023, what year is it? I started 2024 with like 7,000 samples, and I ended 2024 with 9,000. So trying to get through this boxes and boxes of samples is a challenge. But anyways, I don't want to put everybody's business out there, but I've met so many great people through the hobby. It's just too many to mention. So you know who you are. Bottle shares, sample swaps. I know people have been sending me bottles. Just such a great community. Everyone loves to share. Everyone wants you to try their next favorite whiskey. So for my palate, probably the favorite brands I have are going to be Heaven Hill, Buffalo Trace, whatever you can say. I'm a tater, but they just make good stuff. It's hard to find, it's expensive, but if you can find it, most of their stuff is delightful. I'm a big fan of Redwood Empire, so I know that's kind of a hit or miss for people, but my favorite, or one of my favorite bottles of 2024 was that Redwood Empire Haystack Needle up on the top shelf up there. So I'm definitely going to do a review of that at some point. Jack Daniels, can't forget about Jack Daniels, my favorite, probably my favorite distillery with all their special releases. Yeah, my least favorite distillery is Woodinville. Just kidding. I haven't found a lot of stuff from Woodinville that I really enjoyed, but they have had some single barrels that have been bangers. So, yeah, Dragon's Milk, a smaller one out of Michigan, that's awesome. So, a lot of different whiskeys, and then I left out Michter's, of course. Michter's, I'm pissed because I don't have any bottles of Michter's left on the bar except for the Michter's Rye Shelfer and then the Shanks. All the rest of my Michter's have gone by the wayside. So, anyways, those are just a few. There's others. 13th Colony's coming out with some cool stuff. I haven't been able to find a lot of theirs up here yet, but they're coming out with some good stuff. Green River is coming out with some quality bottles that are finally made their way up to Washington. Bardstown Bourbon Company finally made it up here, so randomly we got Disco 10 just showed up in Total Wine, and Total Wine actually had it priced pretty amazingly. I still didn't buy it from them because Lee over at QFC had it priced better, but You know, they didn't add their normal 40% upcharge. So anyways, my whiskey journey, where am I at now? I'm just drinking everything, trying everything out, and trying to determine where do I want to spend my money in the future. All right, well, I don't have anything in my glass right now, so I'm going to end the video by saying, hey, next up for me, I'd love to make a trip out to Kentucky and get out there and see all the distilleries. Bentley talked about a little bit of that in his video. A few of my other friends went last year, and just sounds like a great time. So hopefully it's in the cards for 2025, make a trip out to Kentucky, and then, just keep hunting for those unicorn bottles that I want to add to my collection. So as always, thank you for watching. Have a good one.